I'm not a mute, people, by the way. I'm not a mute. I'm not a mute. I'm not a mute. So don't worry. I've got it handled this time. I'm really like unhappy. It's unreal, people. Our football club is becoming a victim of, people making sure that we don't compete. And I did warn people in the past. If you don't believe me, go and check out my previous streams in regards to Liverpool Football Club and the system and what troubles us, why we don't compete when it's head to head, why do we get bad decisions season in, season out, and it's just like it clears everything that I say, the reasons why our football club is damaged, for 30 years. It clears everything, you know what I mean? So there's the Heysel disaster we get it blamed on. The 97, of course, we beat the obviously the system in that, tried to cover up the what they did wrong. We're booing, obviously. I'm gonna put this up as well. This affects a lot of people, like things like this, booing the national anthem in games, especially the cup finals when the prince and the king are on the pitch. When you're booing the royals, this is a very, very patriotic country, people. Like, everybody knows. I don't need to mention that to you. You know how people feel about England. And if you're, against the royal family and you're booing them while they're on the pitch, actually, shaking people's hands and all that stuff, and the whole world's watching at the same time, you suffer. You suffer the consequences. And this is what's happening to us at the moment. And it's not this is like season in, season out, isn't it? It's not like a new thing that's happening. This happens to Liverpool all the time, and it's never ending. I mean, to the extent there was a perfect goal, and what happened next. I'm going to discuss it as we go along. I'll show you what I brought up on my time off. Obviously, I took one day off to, figure out what I have to say, because, I'm so frustrated. It's unreal. Like, with this team in the 90s, when I was a kid, like, it affected me a lot, because, when in the 80s, we was winning things and all that stuff. And we wasn't winning things in the 90s because Man United dominated. And, they had an extra help on top of that to dominate the Premier League and all that stuff. So it affected me, like, mentally and all that stuff back in the day. And now, like, we're trying to compete with City, and these things are happening. City lost against Wolverhampton, and then Liverpool lose against Tottenham in a bad way. It looks so corrupt. Conspiracy theories, as they call it, are coming up with a lot of stuff at the moment. And rightly so, because you have to. If you don't ask questions, and this keeps happening again and again, when is it going to end? It's never going to end, is it? Like, we thought, like, we'll just keep quiet and then see how it goes. But as you can see, people, these things are reoccurring itself season in, season out. And I'll show you the pictures of what I'll put up. I'm not going to give you the whole thing that's happened down the years. I'll just give you examples of the seasons we challenged Man City head to head, and why we didn't win the league titles along the way as well. So as you can see, this is what I'm saying. Like, things like this in regards to, the system. It's going against us, and it's never going to end anytime soon, people. Just wake up, Liverpool fans. You need to understand where I'm coming from. If you don't, it's down to you, because it's never going to end. Liverpool Football Club are always going to get these bad decisions, and it's never ever going to end. As Chris Jericho says, never ever going to end. So yeah, so let's go with the first one. Obviously, the Premier League. Let's just get that out of the way. Then we go to the nitty gritty, like what's happening in the game as well. I know a lot of people don't want to hear what I'm saying. It's okay. I mean, it's up to you what you want to hear. I'm just giving you examples of why these bad decisions happen on a regular basis against Liverpool Football Club, and it's never ending. Like, this is how I am. I'm sorry. I'm not like other people that control what they say. It shouldn't be like that, people. We shouldn't be cheated to win titles. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Man City already got the bag. They don't need extra help, to win titles. They already can do it with with their corruption and all that stuff. They don't need extra help. I'm sorry, they don't need extra help. So we start off with Sunday, then we move on to Saturday. Obviously, the game Nottingham Forest and Brentford finished 1-1. It was a like end to end. Actually, it was a good game, but some bad decisions in that one as well. The referees, always making headlines. The referees are the stars of the league, people. The referees are the stars of this league nowadays. It's no more Premier League is number one. That's gone out the window. A team is about to win 5 titles in a row. 5 titles in a row, and you're telling me the Premier League is the best in the league in the world? Come on, man. What's the difference between the Bundesliga and the Premier League? What's the difference between La Liga and the Premier League? What's the difference between Serie A and the Premier League? There's no difference, because we have one team consistently winning the league on a regular basis, and it's never going to end anytime soon. But I'm going to keep going. Aston Villa obviously beat Brighton by 6-1. I think Brighton has been finally found out, people. I don't think they are as good as they used to be. They sold a lot of players, so they're struggling. As you can see, they have lost a few games this season already. So, when you're selling your best players, you're not going to be staying up in that level for long, if you know what I mean. But please, people, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, hit the notification button and all that good stuff. Please follow us on our social medias, which are right there: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, of course, and Twitch as well. So yeah, please follow us on that one, and please hit that like button and subscribe button as well. Thank you very much. Arsenal won by 4-0. It was a domination. It was damage limitation for Bournemouth. They were never going to come back from that. Arsenal was just too good, and they battered them 4-0, sorry. And then you got Everton losing to Luton at home. I told you, Everton should got relegated, people. They should not be in the Premier League. There you go, people. How can you lose to Luton? Luton are the whipping boys of the Premier League. They lost more or less every game they played. So how can you lose to that team? It doesn't make any sense. Man United lost 1-0. Well deserved by Crystal Palace. Although Man United beat them in the cup, it doesn't mean anything, innit? Crystal Palace rested a lot of players, came back to the Premier League, and you see what's happened. Man United get beaten. Usual stuff. Never gonna change. They're begging for billionaires to take over. Let's see what happens, innit? Newcastle back to normality. They've won their game. Deservedly so against Burnley. Burnley is just like a joke at the moment, man. They're not even doing anything in the Premier League. They're time to go, company, man. You're not even good enough as a manager. You got West Ham 2-0 against Sheffield United. It was always going to happen. West Ham's just too good for Sheffield United. This game was I watched the game. It was kind of weird. If you look at Man City's goal, it shouldn't be allowed because there was an actual foul before that. There was an actual foul before that actual goal. So it should be 2-0 to Wolverhampton. But luckily, they got that goal and they won the game. It was deserved. Man City with that Rodri is a different team because they haven't got that, protection in front of the defence. Although they have a lot of defence in the team. But, Rodri protects that defence and, keeps possession better for them, to progress going forward and getting goals as well. So that's what he does for them. And he scores his odd goals here and there. And, the last game is Tottenham versus Liverpool, as we already know the scoreline. It says it right there on the screen. 2-1 to Tottenham. But was it 2-1 to Tottenham? We have to talk about it, don't we? We have to talk about it. So let's look at the league, see what's going on. It was a day Liverpool could have been top of the league, but when the system plays their part, they will destroy Liverpool no matter what. As you can see, Man City is still top, even though they lost their game. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But they don't deserve it. Let's just be honest there. There's a team in 4th place, should be top of the league. And we got robbed, as everybody knows about that as well. I don't have to mention it until we, obviously go along with the stream. So Tottenham are 2nd and Arsenal are 3rd. So the North Londoners are, competing for 2nd position at the moment. Liverpool are, suffered their first defeat in 17 games. So that run what we had that was so good has been destroyed in 1 game. Wow. But we continue. We're not bitter. We continue. But we want justice. Justice for Liverpool Football Club. That's what I always say. Justice for Liverpool Football Club. So yeah. So that's enough about that. Let's move on to. I hope I cleared that up and it's understanding what I said. I know I'm speaking a bit fast, but I have to. I've got no choice. So we go to the ref watch, don't we? We go to the ref watch. Yeah, so ref watch. Obviously, we've got this obviously Simon Hooper, who was the Tottenham referee, Liverpool and Tottenham game, made some horrendous decisions in the game. It was just appalling, people. Like, I don't know what to say. It's so controversial. It's unreal. It's so corrupt. It's unreal. People don't want to say things, but you have to say things in order for your team to get better and win titles. These players don't deserve what they're getting at the moment, but they're getting it. You know what I mean? They are actually getting it by these horrendous referees. How many times did I tell you people? These referees, first of all, never played the game, and that is important in any level, even amateur levels. That's important to understand how football works. Suffer injuries. You should understand accidents happen on the pitch, so you don't have to actually give decisions like a red card or something like that. But you know, they don't understand it. Their physique can show you they never played football in their lives. But I don't know why people even defend that stuff. Some people are actually defending it. It's unreal. Yeah, it was awful. The game was absolutely awful. As we can see, obviously we're doing the ref watch. They said, let me actually go to it. Let me go to it. There's a lot of things to talk about. As you can see, this is what the PGMOL wrote. They said PGMOL acknowledges that a significant human error occurred during the first half of Tottenham versus Liverpool. The goal by Luis Diaz was disallowed for offside by by on-field team of match officials. This was clear and obvious factual error and should have resulted in the goal being awarded through VAR intervention. However, the VAR failed to intervene. PGMOL will conduct a full review into the circumstances which led to the error. PGMOL will immediately be contacting Liverpool at the conclusion of the fixture to acknowledge the error. What do you want me to say, people? Like, you can see it right in your face. They knew they made an error and it still continued the game. I don't know what more I could say. Like, there's something suspicious going on against Liverpool. You know what I mean? Like, you need to wake up to that, people. It's a dangerous game we're playing here. Dangerous game. So Liverpool returned and said this. Liverpool Football Club acknowledge PGMOL's admission of their failure last night. It is clear that the correct application of the laws of the game did not occur, resulted in sporting integrity being undermined. There you go. Liverpool responded. But what is Liverpool going to do next? That's what I always ask. Are we going to be nice as always, or are we going to challenge these things? Liverpool is nice off the pitch. I keep going back to that. They're nice on the pitch. We're not very aggressive, and we're just acceptance of these decisions happening season in, season out. It loses us titles. It loses us cups. It loses us money, especially when fans are going to stadiums and spending a lot of money. It ain't cheap watching games nowadays, people. You know what I mean? A burger with a bun and cheese and no salad, nothing on there, costs about £20 nowadays in stadiums. If you don't know, if you actually don't go to games, so it shows like they could say there's no apologies, by the way. There's no apologies. Don't forget that. There's no apology, by the way. It's a continuation of, you know, their mistakes that's been happening year in and year out, and it's never going to end anytime soon, as we already know already. So let's go to the comments before I continue, because there's so much I got to tell you, and then we could discuss it along the way. Sorry about my anger. You know what I mean? I got to like share it with you. So Abdul says, let's go, lad. Cheating everywhere now. Yep, 100%. Katie says, looking forward to this, Fozzy. Oh, it's coming. Premier is finished. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, like, what's the difference between Bundesliga, La Liga, and Serie A now? Like, there's a team in the Premier League that's getting help on top of already being dominant. That's gonna win 5 in a row. Scary shit, man. Poor decisions will cost you league positions. 100%. Poor decisions cost you a lot of things, relegations, financial side of things, you know, etc. So I had to take a coffee there. I need caffeine to keep going. Gigi says, big up for this is called a corrupt practice and match fixing. This matter needs proper investigation. After City dropped points against Wolves, we found us with only 9 men on the pitch because of corrupt referees. 100%, brother. Like, it ain't gonna end anytime soon. Like I said in the past, when people disagree with me, like, there's something going on that's like always affecting Liverpool Football Club. I already mentioned it in the beginning. Booing the national anthem doesn't help us, because when the system gets angry, they will retaliate. And if you know, you know. I don't need to say a lot about it. Liverpool have been challenging the system for years and years. It was beyond actually in 1989 we've been challenging the system, because Liverpool is an immigrant city. So what do? They don't give us a lot in that city. So they treat us like an outcast. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's always been like that at Liverpool City. So it's never going to end like this corruption, like you just said. It's going to continue unless Liverpool Football Club stands up for itself and challenges these things. That's what I want for my football club. That's what we should be. That's what Bill Shankly, put in this club as well. Fight for your rights. That's what we need to start doing, man. Dad says, big up Dad, by the way. Big up Gigi, big up KE, big up Abdul, big up Joe. Everyone that's come on, thank you very much. And please hit that like button just to trend around YouTube. That's what it's all about, people. Dad says, all right, Fozzy, we have appealed Jota and Red and Jones. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, you know what I mean? There's more than the appealing that's going on right now, Daz. We need to like get the club going back, to the top. And there's actual obstacles in the way for us to get back to the top. And it's the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. So you can see like what's happening. It's never gonna end. It's never gonna end. People keep coming with the comments. I'm gonna obviously go through what I've put up together. I already discussed obviously the Premier League. We'll review the game after. I don't know why I put it there. I'll sort it out in a second. 1 second. Let me just sort that out. But we're gonna go to obviously the first red card, which was Jones. So let me go. Yeah, let's go to the. So during the game, I was really pissed off with Jones. I said it was a coward's challenge. I got to admit it. I don't lie about things like that. If I make a mistake, I will actually, I will tell the truth. What angered me more than anything is what you can see on the actual footage over there. The first thing they did is show the still picture of Jones going for the tackle. Doesn't make any sense in my opinion. First view should not be like that. You should start from the beginning. And not only that, they did the second thing as well that's wrong, double negative, which is slow motion challenge. So a slow motion will say that the challenge was vicious, but if you put it in full footage and keep going in the full obviously speed, it will show you it was by accident because he rolled over the ball. If you play football, you know the mistakes you can do when you roll over a ball. The ball is round. If you go on top of it and you slip over, especially when I think Curtis Jones was held by one of the actual players for Tottenham and let go. So basically his momentum actually took him towards the ball and he rolled over it, and then he hits Basuma's leg, which makes it look bad on the footage. But there's an accident. There's an accident. Everybody can see it's an accident that happened. If you know football, when you make an accident through tackle or accident through handball or something like that, it should not really be applied as a red card. But, like I said, these referees have never played the game. So why would they understand what I'm saying? Why would they understand what you're saying? Why would they understand what Gary Neville is saying? Even Gary Neville said that's not a red card. He didn't mean it. It was just the ball rolled over. And, when the ball is round, it will move, like make you slip over like that. So, yeah, it's just a mess. It's just, listen, this game, I don't know about you people, but this game, from the first minute, something wasn't right about it. You know what I mean? You just know something's going to go wrong in this game. This is the game I watch around the world. This is the biggest game of the weekend. Why are we actually letting officials that don't know a lot, who make mistakes consistently? This is the same referee that made the mistake at the Old Trafford against Wolverhampton, who didn't give Wolverhampton the penalty when Onana took out a player blatantly like that. Same referee! But yet, he still referees a big game with Liverpool and Tottenham. Why? Why? The same VAR guy who sent off McAllister, people. Same VAR guy. It's the same guy. He was sent off McAllister. But yet, he still gets the big games. Ask yourself these questions. Why do these things happen on a regular basis? You know what I mean? It's a continuation. And then they rescind that card with McAllister. Oh, we made a mistake. But you won a game. You won the game. But we'll give you back, we'll give you back the yellow card. How was that a sending off? If you watched it through video again and again and again, how is McAllister's challenge a sending off? How? Explain that to me. I don't understand. How can you make that a sending off? it's too much, man. It's too much to take. So as you can see, people, that's what he saw the referee as soon as he arrived on the VAR system. A challenge like that. They done that by purpose, because you know what? Once it hits your mind, you can't change it, can you? Oh, he made a dangerous challenge, so you know it's a straight red. You can't. But if you rewind it to the beginning of it and make the video run like it's supposed to be, you won't see that. You'll see a guy stumbling towards the ball because someone held him from the back, and then goes into that ball in an accidental way. But no, it never happens. But I'll move on from that anyway. Like Dad said, they're appealing it, whatever, man. I don't, not to you, Dad. I'm saying like whatever to them, because it's never gonna change, bro. It's never gonna change. We're always gonna get these bad decisions, and it's gonna, affect us in the long term. People, we spend money season in, season out to watch our football club. Like I spend close to £500 because I have to go down there and sleep after the game, because I can't drive back, because I don't want to fall asleep in the wheel. So I have to rent a hotel to stay in that the same day, so I could come back home the next day. I spend money on merchandise, obviously on the tickets, and the food, everything. So you spend so much. I spend like close to £500 every single time I go down there. But what's the point of it when decisions like this always takes place, which is disadvantage to your football club? I mean, this game cost multi-millions to produce the way, show it around the world. But yet, you don't even have the courtesy to have the right officials officiate in this game. Why? I mean, you have to ask yourself those questions. Why? Why haven't we got the best referees in the world? Why do we have to always have the same referees that's making mistakes after mistakes after mistakes? Where's basically, they said they're going to take time off, like a couple of matches off. So why are they coming back? Why can't they get relegated like everybody else? They cost teams relegation. They cost teams money. They cost teams titles. I mean, they cost teams cup. But yet, they keep coming back season in and season out. Why? That's the question I'm asking. Why can't they get relegated? Why can't they suffer like everybody else? I don't care about the job, like Gary Neville said, nobody should lose their job. This is a continuation of the same mistakes again and again. Like I even gave you about Simon Hooper. He keeps making the same mistakes again and again. What do you want us to do, Gary Neville? He has to be punished. But then again, Howard Webb is in charge. Howard Webb is a legend for Liverpool Football Club. Especially Man United. He's in charge. So the Jota red card. Jota didn't cover himself in any glory. He was pathetic when he came on. I gotta be real. I said that during the stream. Why are we bringing on Jota? Why did I say that? I said it because you want to keep possession. I mean, you're already down to 10 men. You need a player that can keep possession. Jota is the last person that keeps possession. Yes, he can run up and down like a maniac and cover for the players, etc. and all that stuff. But if you want possession keeping, you bring all the likes of Gravenberch and do players like that can do that for you. He ain't gonna do that. He always loses the ball. The ball bounces off him and he goes to opponents and they always create chances. So that's what you don't do. If you're gonna bring him as a striker so he could chase people around, I understand. But we haven't got that type of team on the pitch. We've got 10 men. And then he comes on, makes an accidental change. Don't get me wrong, the first one when the guy studded his knee. That shouldn't be a yellow card. Let's just be honest there. I don't know where that yellow card came from. Especially, when the referees made the mistake, with the first one and the goal. You know what I mean? So they should have understood you can't do that. But yeah, when you want to screw over Liverpool, you're still gonna do it, aren't you? Like sticking it in. You're never gonna stop. You know what I mean? That's how it is. So his performance was not good enough. Let's just be honest there. But I felt sorry for him in the second yellow. So the first yellow, that shouldn't be allowed. But that challenge, especially in the second one, shouldn't have happened. It's pathetic from him. You know what I mean? You don't challenge like that, especially when you're actually down to 10 men already. Why are you making a challenge? Let the guy go. You already lost the ball. Let him go. But you don't do that. Yeah. So obviously Dad said they're gonna work on it and try get him get the yellow card out of the way so he could come back in the next game. Yes, we can see this is the offside, obviously, for the goal. Okay, everybody can see. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to mention it to you. You can see, like, clearly he's onside. I don't understand where these referees come from. Oh, hang on. They do come from somewhere. They went to, UAE to referee 48 hours before this game, especially this England guy. He went down there with his officials, and then he come back, thousands and thousands of miles on a plane to do a VAR in this game. So you're already tired. You're already, jet lagged. You already got issues, and things like that, traveling from long distances. But yet, you're still officiating a game. How is that possible? Haven't we got enough referees in this country? Are we limited? It's just a mess, man. Absolute mess. That's a daylight onside, people. How is that offside? And then what did they say? What they said? Oh, he said check complete on the thing. So if you see the team that's got the ball taking a free kick, and the ball is not going back to the center circle, shouldn't that be in your mind? Oh, damn, the referee didn't give he didn't give the goal. So I need to tell him it's a goal, it's a goal, it's a goal. Not just check complete. No, it continues. But the rules are apparently once the free kick is taken, we can't do nothing about it. Wait. So what happened in this game then? What happened in this game? So I watched this game a few seasons ago. I think I've done it live on the UFT or this channel. I don't know, whatever channel it was. It was Brighton versus Manchester United at obviously the Brighton ground. It's a COVID season. So what happened was a penalty was awarded to Manchester United after the final whistle. I saw that Kavanaugh referee actually whistle for the game to end, and then all of a sudden the VAR said to him, "Mate, you might have to recheck the actual. We're gonna have to recheck the incident that happened before your final whistle." But he already final whistled, so the game should be over. But no. They actually did the VAR check, and gave the penalty. So the game was over, but they came back to that incident and gave the penalty, and as you can see, Fernandes scored. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. They make rules as they go along because it's Liverpool Football Club. I know, like you guys think I'm wrong what I'm saying, but Liverpool Football Club gets affected season in, season out. I'll show you the stuff I brought up together, man. It ain't over till it's over. I ain't stopping. I ain't having this. No. I ain't having this nonsense. Nonsense, as African people say, and how we say it, nonsense. We ain't having this nonsense. Redbird says teams get mugged off now, and but has any team in the Prem been mugged off as many times in a single match? No, that's why this stinks. Of course, brother. It's Liverpool Football Club. What do you want us to do, mate? It's season in, season out. This is not a new thing for Liverpool Football Club. But I'm glad my football club is standing up for itself and saying enough is enough. It's time to appeal this stuff. What can they do? Can they actually go back to this game and replay it? I don't know. I'm not going to say yes or no because we don't know. But according to the VAR assistant, he gave the goal. So it should be 2-2 now. But it was kind of weird because if that goal was allowed, Liverpool would have been 1 goal up. We would have been 1-0 up. So that's a good start to the game. It could have given us confidence as we go along. But we continue this. Don't worry about it, people. I've got a lot of stuff for you. So don't go anywhere. Please smash that like button. Please smash that subscribe button if you're new as well. Big up John Conway. Big up to everyone, by the way. Daz, Redbird, Joe Powell, KE, etc. Everybody. Big up. Let me just go back there. So I'll come to the comments. Please just get busy in the comments. Do whatever you can, and all that stuff. Share the channel around with family and friends. I want to get to 2,000. That's my target. So let's hope we'll get there one day. So as I said about this, obviously, these things they're saying, oh, we don't, go back after the final, after the whistle. We don't go back to this. There you go, man. There's one there. There's one right there in front of your face, people. Go back to that and check it out. But that game was after the final whistle, they gave the penalty. So all these rules and all this nonsense, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So this is what I'm looking at, people. This is the 2 seasons we actually changed for the title, but I brought up the Pickford one as well, because that season is a COVID season, it was just terrible. So the top one, as you can see, people, Mane on the floor. This was Maguire. If you go back to that challenge Maguire did to Mane, he was the last man. Didn't get a yellow card. I don't think he even got a yellow card. I don't remember. I think might have got a yellow card, but he didn't get a red card. So the last man always gets, if you're the last man, what's the thing you get? Red card. Didn't get it. As you can see, he's consoling Mane when he knows he made a huge error in that game, Maguire. So what happened after that? He scored the equaliser. Mane already scored, don't forget people, the first goal in that game. I remember it was an icy day and I was in Rome that time. Yeah, so Mane scored the first goal. Maguire scored obviously the equaliser. He should be sent off really. He shouldn't be on the pitch, if you know what I mean. But he scored the equaliser. Don't forget, he scored the equaliser. Why he should not be on the pitch, by the way. And then you see the Navigator incident there, right there. It was, I think, the right back, the Portuguese player, I forgot his name, who stepped on Navigator's foot. Atkinson didn't even get, look. You can see the referee is Atkinson. You know we've got a history against him. Didn't give a penalty. So what happened in result of that? Liverpool did not win the league title. I said it in that game to my mate Scott. I said to him, mate, even though there was still a lot of games to play, City's gonna win the league. You know that. It's over. It's over. It's not. It's beyond over now. Like we can't come back from this because I can see after that game there's something not right with Liverpool going head to head with City. Liverpool don't go head to head with teams. If we go head to head with teams, we always lose because there's always conspiracy. Things like this happen. As they say, conspiracy, but it's not. But true reality, these things happen. There's always a screw drop around the corner for Liverpool Football Club. That's why we don't really win head-to-heads. The season we won the Premier League, we was far ahead, about 20 points clear of everybody else. That's why we won the league, because Man City couldn't catch us up. But if we go to head-to-head, 2 seasons we did that already. Lost and lost. But how many points? Just 1. There you go. So you can see. So I'm looking at that the other season as well. You can see at the bottom. It was that game against Everton. Mane was offside. Apparently his hairline was offside. I didn't even know his hairline. You know, I know his hairline starts at the back, but you know they said Mane's hairline was offside, and they disallowed the Henderson goal. There you go. And then you see the same game, Van Dijk. Look at the challenge by Pickford. Professional foul, 100%, no lie. They did it professionally. Nobody goes into a challenge like that unless you mean it. You close your eyes and you go in. I said that about Jones yesterday. I mean, Jones against Tottenham. He didn't go into the challenge convincingly. He went with his eyes closed and went in, and then he actually went over the ball and injured the player. But I look back at that challenge and I realized I made a mistake. But yeah, but you can see Pickford professional foul on Van Dijk. And why Van Dijk? Because Van Dijk is the best player. I mean, the informed Van Dijk, the best defender in the world, was keeping clean sheets on a regular basis. He loves clean sheets, as he said. There you go, people. So you got to think about it. Who do you take out? The best defender in the damn world. So Liverpool can have deficiencies. And what happened to us that season? We just about qualified for the Champions League. As we know, we finished 3rd. Could have finished 4th, but we finished 3rd. We came out of nowhere. Reece Williams and Phillips done the amazing job at the end of the season, last 10 games, and Liverpool finished 3rd in that season. So you look at that. Why is Rodri on there? That season we was competing for the league again, and it was last 3 games, I believe. And if they gave the penalty to Everton in the last few minutes, where Rodri could see moving his hands towards the actual ball, if they gave that penalty, they looked at VAR and they said, no, it's not a penalty. Last 3 games, I think, of the season, something like that. So if they gave a penalty and Everton scored, Everton were fighting relegation, by the way, that season as well, and Liverpool scored, Everton would have stayed up if relegation happened, but it didn't happen. They stayed up eventually. But Man City would have dropped points, and Liverpool would have been 1 point ahead of them to win the league as well. So conspiracies, as you call it, and all that stuff, it affects Liverpool on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? These decisions as well, especially the head-to-head season as well. But listen, I'm proud of the players. I got to be real. I'm proud of these players, what they did, against Tottenham. 10 men, 9 men. We still did the business, people. We've got to back these boys. Let's push them through this season. Let's get this league going, man. Even with these awful referees and these awful decisions we're getting on a consistent basis, we've got to back our players, people. You know what I mean? That's what we've got to do. And for them to come out of that game with 9 men fighting like warriors and giving us their all on the pitch, that's all we ask for as Liverpool fans. We don't ask for much. Just give us your all. So, you look at these referees. They're all the same bunch. You got the main man in the middle who's pointing his finger that way, which is Howard Webb. If you guys are young to remember, or and old enough to remember back in the day, Howard Webb was the key player for Man United winning league titles, because he used to make very bad decisions in games in favor of Man United. That's why we put that shirt on him. And you always just say Man United's referee. Now he's in charge of the referees in this country, and you see what's happened straight away. It was already bad before him, but it even got worse since he's been here. It's just bad. Everything that's since he's been here is just appalling to the extent there's no coming back from it as referee committee now. We need to refresh these referees. In the big games, let's go and get the best referees in the world. Let's go around the world, Italy, Germany, Spain, somewhere. Go and get the best referees in the world and let them officiate the big games. Because these guys don't deserve it. We know Coot. He's the VAR referee when Van Dijk got injured. He said, I didn't know I was supposed to give a decision. Well, hell yeah. You are the VAR. You're supposed to give decisions, mate. That's for your freaking job. I don't need to tell you that. That's your job. But yeah, okay. And then you got, Anthony Taylor Mank, referee. Always makes bad decisions against Liverpool. But he referees Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Liverpool. How? How is he refereeing? If you're from the Greater Manchester, why are you refereeing those games? Why? Why are you refereeing those games? It's beyond belief, man. Beyond belief. And then you got Portini. Klopp and Portini ain't friends. They're never going to be friends. Portini has got something against Klopp, as he said. But you got to understand, Klopp. These referees you're watching right there on the screen, right there, are all in the same bubble. So these are the ones who are making bad decisions in your games on a continuous basis. So there must be something behind it for them to do this on a regular basis. I don't care, people. I'm saying it how it is. I don't care what other people say about me. I'm sticking up for my football club. I'm not here about YouTube and all that stuff. I'm here about Liverpool Football Club. That's what I'm here to represent. I mean, this badge here, that's what I'm here to represent. And I will never end it. I mean, in my lifetime, that's what it's all about for me. I know what my football club means to me. And I ain't gonna tell lies to you guys and all that nonsense just to satisfy people. No, tell the truth. So these things end. That's the whole point. If you don't tell the truth, it will continue to happen again and again and again. And it's still happening. So as you can see, this is the committee we got. I don't care. These are the people that's affecting our games. And it's happening all the time. They're refereeing our games even when they make bad decisions. Why? I don't know. They never get demoted. They never get punished to the highest mark. Don't forget, one of the actual linesmen, Albert Robertson, not so long ago, did he get a punishment? No. He still done the linesman job again. He didn't get no punishment. When you can blatantly see on TV, he elbowed Robertson. But he didn't get no punishment. This is Angry Fozzie, not the one who always, be positive and all that stuff. But look, let's go back on the pictures. Look, this is what we face. And look, this defender gave an imaginary yellow card against Jota after he fell down. That scraping the knee stuff thing. But in the rules, it states if someone gives an imaginary yellow card, they should be sent off. The amount of officials you got on the pitch and off the pitch, surely to God you can see he's doing that. But no, he didn't get a yellow card for that. You know how it goes. So we'll obviously preview the game. That's the next step. We've had no choice but to try to win the game, to go top of the league. We tried it. You can't really argue about the players trying. It's not lack of trying. They've done everything with 9 men, 10 men, 11 men. But we always had the obstacles in front of us that was gonna, make us look bad. And the whole world saw it finally. The whole world saw what Liverpool face season in, season out. And we woke up to it. I'm proud of the guys. I hope we continue. I hope this makes them stronger, not weaker. Because sometimes, it could go the other way, people. You know what I mean? It could affect them mentally. Like, I've played fair, tried to win the game. We had a fair goal, but it was disallowed. Why is this happening to us? They could say that in their head, and it will bring them down. But this is why we've got the best manager in the world. You saw Jurgen Klopp at the end of the game. Didn't complain. Just said, you know what? Okay. Humans make errors. But we've got to continue. This is the manager we got. This is the manager everybody, majority of the people actually were against not so long ago. And He made it calm. That's what I love about that. He made it calm. He didn't make us angry or anything like that. He could have just went berserk at the referees and the referee committee and all that stuff, but he didn't. He just made sure we're all calm, and we'll just look forward to the next game, because the whole world can see what's happened to Liverpool Football Club, and it never ends. But hopefully after this, people can see what we was talking about was the truth from day one. I just hope that, yeah. So yeah, let me read out the comments before I go. So that's that. I'm not gonna do the player ratings because everybody's got a 10. Everybody's got a 10, from coaches to everyone. I'm not gonna go on to that. So let me obviously go back to the league and see where Liverpool are at. Sorry about the rant, people. You know what I mean? But I have to mention what I had to gather information for me to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm not gonna be sitting here telling you lie within lie within lie within lie. I don't do things like that. You know what I mean? I tell the truth. Some people might not like it, but that's the way I am, and I'm never gonna change for anyone. It's not all about YouTube for me. It's about Liverpool Football Club, and I love this club with passion. And I've always supported them. I've never supported any other team. So sorry, I've never looked back other than supporting Liverpool through good times and bad times. I'm always here. If you know me in real life, that's how I am. You know what I mean? So I just feel bad for the players, man. I just feel bad for the players. You know what I mean? They don't deserve what they're getting. They had a 17-game unbeaten run destroyed by a stupid, incompetent referee that doesn't know what the game is all about. You know what I mean? So we just have to fight our way out like we always do as Liverpool Football Club, and find a way to challenge Man City even with these obstacles that we have. You know what I mean? So that's what makes us a stronger team. You know what I mean? We're not like these other teams. We're a strong team for a reason, people. We're together. This is why all our rival fans hate us. They don't like togetherness. You know what I mean? Their fans always make fun of their clubs, their own clubs. They always make fun of their owners. Even our owners make mistakes, but we're still here supporting them. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, people. Redbird says we wrong more times against Spurs than all the clubs who played over the weekend. Added together mistakes, incompetence, bollocks, it's corruption, clear and there for all to see. I discussed it already, bro. I told you guys already about it. You know what I mean? Much appreciated for everybody that's tuned in, man. I really enjoyed this today. So please, yeah, just hit that subscription if you're new. We're on the road to 2,000, and share the channel with family and friends. You're not going to get anything like this. As I said earlier, we've got a team together now that's going to be doing streams more or less every day. So, help the guys out when they do their streams as well. Let me see. Who has, yeah, tomorrow. Uncle Rods, big up Uncle Rods. I got to phone you about that thing. Later on, I'll call you. Please subscribe to Uncle Rods, superb YouTuber, one of the best. Big up Wild Dead Wolf. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Hit the likes, people. Hit the likes. Wild Dead Wolf says, just give Liverpool the goal. Draw is fair. Yeah, draw is fair, 100%. Let me go back to the one. Margaret says all footy fans have to stick together against the bad decisions that are happening all the time to nearly all the teams. Yeah, 100%. It's not just about Liverpool, Margaret. It's every team. Yes, 100%. But it's the continuation with Liverpool. That's the problem. That's the problem with Liverpool. Like season in, season out. There's always bad decisions. We know Man City pay their way out of things. I mean, they've got 115 cases against them, but nothing's happened. They've won the Champions League since. They've won the FA Cup since. They've won the Premier League since. Where's the conviction for them? I mean, at least one of them. At least show us one of them with 115 cases. What's going on? Give us one. You know what I mean? Redbird, yeah, D9, big up regarding said, okay, yeah, I don't know. I think they're discussing this amongst themselves. Apologies for that. You never walk alone. Yes, Yulia, you never walk alone. Please, if you're new, subscribe and hit that subscription button, notification button, and all that good stuff. Appreciate that. As Wild Dead Wolf says, just hit the like and subscribe. That's it, man. Liverpool players have a warrior spirit, even though they play with 9 players. They are still difficult to beat. Yeah, this season's our season, isn't it? It's supposed to be our season, but all this corruption is happening behind the scenes, and um, Marianne says, just seen Dermot Gallagher full of a ball as usual, and also coaches of the clubs need to grow a pair and stand up to the idiots who run the game. Premier League was always corrupt from day one. You know what I mean? That's why the Premier League was brought up. You know what I mean? Because Liverpool Football Club was so dominant back in the 80s, 70s, and late 60s and all that stuff. They had to bring a league that's competitive, as they say, but it's not competitive because there's only about 16 that's won it since they started in 1992. So they can't call it competitive. If you look at the old league, the likes of Everton used to win it, Derby County. You could go with the names and you won't believe they won league titles. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it was in the old league. And Man United, by the way, only won 7 titles in that old league by the time Liverpool got to 18. So it shows how competitive that league was. Man United only ending up with 7. There you go. It happens, isn't it? Julia says, I wanted to laugh when I saw Jota get a red card. What's wrong with this referees? They're just awful. You know what I mean? They're just awful. Unfortunately, there's a system they were using in the World Cup. They wanted to bring it to the Premier League, and the Premier League officials said no to it. Because in England, we're very patriotic. We don't like other people telling us what to do. The home of football, as we call it. So this is why we don't really allow other people to come and intervene with our game. So if they had the system in the World Cup, maybe these issues won't happen. You know what I mean? Maybe these decisions will be corrected, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah. Great stream for you, John. It's all for you guys. It's all for you guys, brother. I don't come here asking for anything, just to help. Just to give you updates about Liverpool Football Club and what we should be doing as a fan base and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm all here for you guys, always and forever. Luke says my sister and brother in right for my birthday, 2 tickets to watch Northampton play. Burton Albion on November 11th. Yes, big up, Luke. Big up, man. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Premier League referees are I don't need to say that, John, but you're 100% correct what you said. They are awful. They are awful. Liverpool should not accept an apology from. They haven't apologized, by the way. They just said they made an error, and that's about it. The apologies didn't come as people think that it did. They just said they made an error. That's all. But get busy on the comments, people. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you guys before I go. I'm here for the next 7 minutes. So just please hit the subscription button, notification button, like button. This is what I want to achieve in each stream. I do the live streams as well. Target is 1,000 views each stream. Please help us get there. And thank you. You never walk alone. Like I always say to the chat. Thank you as always. I don't miss a chat. Hopefully when you guys bring it up for me to read that, I always bring it up. So please help us get to that as well. I'm trying to reach 1,000 views every stream. I'm part of YouTube now. They made us a partner of this channel, and we've got adverts, as you can see, and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't need anyone, I love doing these things. It's really motivating for me to do it because, I don't play football anymore. So why can't I, deliver messages to my, our fan base? That's what it's all about at the end of the day, you know what I mean? But I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, with something that's come out, obviously, from these issues we're having. And on Wednesday we'll do the Let's Talk LFC, but it's going to be a preview show to the Europa League. We're going to have a panel around 10 o'clock at night, so please make sure you get to that as well. Yeah, so as you can see in the league, people, this is how it is. Liverpool are 16 points, 2 points behind the leaders, which are Manchester City. If we would have won that, would have been obviously ahead, but it is what it is. We could have been 1 point clear, we could have been top of the league, could have been enjoying it, but that can't happen to Liverpool Football Club. You know what I mean? That's how it is. It is what it is. Yeah, just get busy on the chat before I go, people. I'll bring it up, and then I'm off ski to go and have a rest and go back to work. That's what I do. I work every day. Shahid says maybe the ref got the devil in his brain. Well, look at Man United, isn't it? Man United and Howard Webb, mate. You know what I'm saying? Howard Webb and Man United. Mark says the reason why referees didn't want the technology from the Champions League is because they will lose control. They haven't even got control on the pitch. So what is the actual point? You know what I mean? Like, they're already struggling with basics of the game. As I said, like, people, if you look at these referees, physically, mentally, you know, like when you're in school and then you have people that are passionate about football, and you have people that's passionate about technology and, you know, becoming a business person and all that stuff. This is what we're facing. These are the referees that are on the pitch. These business people that don't want no association with football, but if you're getting paid for it, they'll do it because they're intelligence. You know what I mean? They think their intelligence could get them past things. But if you haven't played the game and you've got no credibility about it, this is the performances you're going to get with these referees on a consistent basis. Physically, mentally, you can see they don't know the game. Like, how can you struggle with technology that's supposed to help you? It's like a bicycle. When you start with a bicycle with your little kids, you give them not 2 wheels, but 4, right? 2 like this and 2 on the side. So it could guide them through, you know, difficult situations when they're riding the bike. But unfortunately, we've got, you know, referees who are struggling with a freaking VAR system. Oh, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on. The VAR is supposed to correct your mistakes, and you're making mistakes like this. You're making mistakes like this continuously on a football pitch. And you're telling us to take you seriously. And you're telling us not to say anything. And you're telling us to accept your apologies. You could shove your apologies, by the way. You know what I mean? You destroyed that team's momentum, which is 17 games and continuing to not lose. Now they've lost. Mentally, they could get affected. You know what I mean? So you better hope we don't lose our next games, because if that happens, that means mentally they're effed because of your incompetence on the damn pitch. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Look at these referees. Look at the Superman haircut. Look at the Phil Mitchell haircut. Do these guys look like they ever played the game? You're telling me, like, to take them seriously? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Yeah, that's me done, people. Let me get back to the big screen, and, you know, I'll be off ski. Hopefully coming back tomorrow with more stuff. We'll probably talk about the tactical side of the game like we always do, and things like that. Yeah, so if you come to the stream just now, this is what we talked about. Let me bring it up for you, as I always do. If you just tuned in, just hit the subscription button, notification button, and like button, all that good stuff. This is what we talked about. This is how I feel now, people. If you know Tupac, this is the same from Tupac. If I can't live free, I don't want to be here. I don't want to watch the Premier League anymore, people. I don't want to watch the Premier League anymore. A team is going to win it for 5 seasons in a row, and you're telling me this is not a Farmers League anymore. Like Tupac says, if I can't live free, I don't want to be here. There you go. That's the best saying. So we talked about, obviously, other stuff as well, people, if you wasn't here, which are the Royals. Booing the Royals can affect Liverpool's, you know, outcomes in games, because, you know, the royal family, if you boo them, you know, the system comes into it, and it affects, you know, the on-field performances, and, you know, they don't want the world to see things like that. So we just got to be careful how we go on about things, if you know what I mean. And yeah, listen, I don't agree with the Royals, obviously, the way they treat people, but I want my club to do well at the same time as well, if you know what I mean. So we've got to look into things like that. We talked about the Premier League, of course, who's top of the league and all that stuff. This is the recap, people, if you just tuned in. And we talked about Simon Hooper, how much of an awful referee he is. You start with that Man United game against Wolves. Onana took out one of their players, the Wolves players, didn't give a penalty. There you go. That's the kind of referee we have. Match review we did. Obviously, we did Curtis Jones, a red card. If it's a red card or not. It could go either way, but it wasn't a red card. It was by accident. He didn't really mean to do what he did. But, you know, they gave a red card for that. We talked about Jota's red card. It should be rescinded. I think this, obviously, the first yellow. I mean, it's unfair. Oh, this is the one I didn't talk about, which is the injury to Gakpo. Let me talk about it right now before I go. They haven't said it's a ligament injury or anything like that. They just said he's going to be out for several weeks. So expect him to be back after maybe 6 weeks or something like that, people. But we've got enough in attack to cope with that at the moment. We've got enough. We've got enough. So don't worry. He doesn't need an operation from what I've heard. We didn't do a player rating. We'll do that another time. So that's all I got for you, people. I really hope you enjoyed the stream. If you're new, just subscribe and the like. We're on the road to 2,000. That's what we want to get to as soon as possible. And we want to get to like 1,000 views on a regular basis as well. So please share the channel around with family and friends. And I really, really appreciate that, man. Because it takes a lot to bring all this content for you guys. I'll do my best always to bring you the best continuous content I could deliver. John says ex-players should be referees. I agree 100%. You know what I mean? Like, if you play the game and understand the game, the weakness side of it, the injury side of it, the accidents and non-accidental tackles and things like that, then they should be doing it. They should be doing it, in my opinion. Larion says it's Saudi Arabia dirty money to have Salah leave Liverpool. We will leave the club if no momentum this first half season. Second red card, separate games. We're not enough to stamp on Liverpool. Yeah, 100%. Julia says what hurts me the most is when Spurs players celebrating it. Yeah, unfortunately they were excited. They were like celebrating like they won the Champions League, if you know what I mean. And it's unacceptable in my opinion. Like the final, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Webb Hooper went to UAE. I think the official that was doing the VAR went to UAE 48 hours before the game and then came back. So if you're looking at UAE, who owns which club do they own? Man City. Who pays the referees? Man City. Don't need to say much. Shahid says that why don't refs get heavy fines for this? Because red players get fines. Yeah, you're 100% correct. 100% correct. Heavy fines and relegations, if you know what I mean. Because while we're seeing the same referees that make mistakes on a continuous basis referee the game season in and season out. You know what I mean, Liverpool should have enough evidence if they're gonna actually take this to court to say like, why are we always facing this every season? Why is it allowed to happen? And when you got VAR in your actual disposal, why? You know what I mean? Ask these questions, man. So these things don't occur on a regular basis. Every time an incident happens on the pitch, ask questions. That's what I say. Yes, people, I am done. I made the hour and 4 minutes. So hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. I'll draw up something like I always do. And we can discuss some things further. Please, please, please. Like, share, and subscribe. On the road to 2,000 and all that good stuff. And just share it with family and friends. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for donations. I don't need no super chats. I don't need nothing. Just share the channel with family and friends. Just get the viewings up and get the subscription up. That's me done, people. Lots to talk about, of course, in regards to Liverpool Football Club and the issues we're having. Let's fight for our club, people. Fight for your club. Fight for your rights, as they say. We gotta fight for our rights against these corruptors. Corruptors, yes, corruptors. That's what they are. All right, people, I'm gone.